Ladies and gentlemen, Barry C here with another cryptocurrency video, and I have been buying. I've been buying up XRP, I've been buying up Ondo, because there's only so many days that we have left where we can buy XRP around $2, Ondo below $1. The market's going to turn around and it's going to happen quite rapidly. Now, I still think the time frame will play out with end of March, April, May, all being part of an alt season. And I think a lot of people, especially myself, we're going to be sitting there in May at the height of an alt season, looking back to where we are on days like today. We're going to be thinking to ourselves, I'm so glad I was accumulating. I was buying XRP, I was buying Ondo. There's even a couple of other cryptos I've been buying. If you're part of the Patreon group, you've been seeing my buy signals. If you're part of the Barry C VIPs, you've seen the other cryptos I've been accumulating, but especially XRP and Ondo, I've been buying, because I know that these type of opportunities are a massive blessing. We don't usually get these type of prices in the middle of an alt season. It's typically what we see before the alt season kicks in. And unfortunately, a lot of people get to the end of the bull run alt season cycle, and when we start hitting into a bear market, and people then realize, well, I wish I'd made better decisions before the bull run kicked off. And that's a very difficult position, and that's a very difficult thing to do, because if you're holding for 3.5 years, so between bull runs, if you're holding with those 3.5 year, 4 year time frames, it can be quite frustrating and fatiguing to just day in, day out, watch the market be down and trading sideways. And we've almost experienced a small little bear market within the alt season / bull run time frame. It's actually really fascinating. But then this is why my attitude has been to accumulate, because that's what bear markets are for. Not financial advice, of course, ladies and gents, but when you're in a bear market and you see really cheap prices, especially for projects like XRP, that's the time to accumulate. Because as I've mentioned in previous videos before, look what happened when we got to November 2024. And XRP went from 50 cents to over $2, $2.50, $2.60, $2.70 in the space of a month. Not only was there euphoria, but the main sentiment from so many people was, I wish I'd bought more XRP. Or in some instances, I wish I'd bought XRP in the first place. The amount of people I've spoken to over the past couple of years who wish they'd bought into XRP once November had started happening? When people are watching XRP skyrocket from the sidelines, the amount of messages I got from people saying, I wish I'd bought XRP. And you know what? We just had a mini bear market where people could accumulate, just even for $2. It wasn't like we dipped back down to 50 cents. We were sitting at $2, $2.20, $2.50, and that's still incredibly cheap for the number one crypto in finance. And a lot of people aren't going to realize that fact until they get to the height of the alt season. And when XRP starts going to $5, $10, $20, maybe even more, depending on how volatile this alt season gets, a lot of people are going to get to the top and they're going to realize really quickly that there's things they could have done differently to be in a better position to take more profits. And this is the most important thing that I've learned going through 2 bull runs already, is using these type of opportunities as a way of setting yourself up to be in that best position possible to actually make some profits. And this is what we saw once again, using November 2024 as an example. The amount of people who proclaimed that they had these massive XRP bags and they had this massive take profit strategy. And you saw when XRP got to $2 and even early 2025, it got to $3. And the amount of people who didn't take profits because they weren't in a position to do so. Now, whether it was because they didn't have enough XRP or they were too scared to take the profits or whether they didn't have a plan in place, whatever the reason it was, they were in a position where they could have at least made a little bit of money to carry themselves through this bear market, little mini bear market we just saw. And I'm calling it a bear market, not that it really is that, but I think it's a good way to phrase it so it gives people perspective. Because here's the thing, if you don't have a plan in place, then when situations happen like that, where in November we skyrocket, and then February into March we dip, you're not in a position to not only take a bit of profit so you're cushioned, But then go about your next part of the strategy. Do you hold? Do you accumulate? These are all things that people should be asking themselves regularly, so that you're not caught in a situation where you feel like you're compromised or quite precarious, if you've over leveraged yourself or you haven't even bought the crypto, whatever it may be. And this is why it's so important to always have a plan, to not panic, and to give yourself a couple of scenarios, whether they're conservative or crazy, so that when the market moves in an unexpected way, it's the volatility that we all love, right? So what goes down must go back up. And when the market moves either way, we're in the best position possible to either take some profit or grow our bags, so that profit taking becomes easier and easier. Because that's the reality of it. If you have, let's say, a bigger XRP bag, then when it hits $2 or $4 or $5 or $10 or $20 or $100 or $1,000, the bigger the bag, the more take profit opportunities you have. And even if you have a massive bag, if you don't have a plan in place to actually take that profit, it can be one of the most difficult, anxiety-inducing experiences ever. I know, I've been through it multiple times. And if you don't have a plan, you're sitting there with now tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars on the table, and you're thinking to yourself, do I cash out half my bag? Do I do the whole bag? Do I do 70%? How much do I just hang on to so I can roll it over into the next bull run? Could it go higher? These are all the questions you need to kind of figure out before we get into this alt season. It was hard enough in the bull run, the first leg up, from end of October to November. We saw a lot of people fumble that take profit opportunity. And look, even when I was taking profits in November 2024, the amount of people who came out and said, Barry C, no, wait till $100, don't take profit, that's really stupid. And then when the market started crashing in Feb, and the amount of people who were saying, oh, I wish I just took a little bit of profit. And that happens every single time. And I'm highlighting this because then you have the same people who said they wish they'd taken profits in November. A lot of these people are saying, well, why would you buy now? That's just stupid. The market's trading sideways. We're not going to see another alt season. And my answer to that is, well, if I don't accumulate now, that is going to directly influence the amount of profit I can take in the near future. And that's what we have to ask ourselves, ladies and gents. How many take profit opportunities do we have? Have we taken steps right now to ensure that when the market turns around, and it will turn around, that's the thing, we're looking for that volatility. If the market goes down and you start succumbing to this negativity and people talking about, oh, it's over, it's not happening, crypto's done, XRP's done, we're going to see the same thing that happened in November 2024. The market just turns suddenly. It just rapidly goes up. It's parabolic. And now people are scrambling. They're either trying to buy in or they're trying to roll their cryptos into another crypto to chase profits, or they just sit there on the sidelines with their head in their hands going, I wish I'd done something differently. And I'm using November 2024 as an example because that was only 3.5 months ago. And that was on the back of, for about 3.5 years, all I heard from people was, we're not going to have a bull run. XRP is not going to have a bull run. XRP won't go above $1. And that was said with the same conviction that people are now saying, oh, it's all over. And you know what? November 2024, it shot up all those negative narrative pushes and all those FUD pushes. They were silent. They were gone. And the only reason they're back now is because we had a little mini bear market. But when the market starts moving rapidly, when we start going parabolic, those people pushing the negativity are very silent. Because most importantly, you have to be accountable to yourself. You can't let other people influence you. And that's why, no matter what anybody says, I'm accumulating. And not financial advice, ladies and gents, but if you're accumulating and you're growing when everybody else is fearful, you're giving yourself more opportunities, midterm, long-term, and short-term, to actually make a lot of profits at different price points. And look, if you can't accumulate because you've bought the dip and you keep buying dips and you've exhausted all your resources from buying dips, that's okay as well. Then you know what? You hold. You hold, and you're just as stubborn with that, because people are going to try and shake you out for whatever reason, whether it's negativity or fear or market manipulation, whatever the narrative is, hold. Because that's the thing, the crypto market can shift rapidly. It's known for doing that, whether it's on the negative trajectory or the positive trajectory. And we still haven't experienced an alt season. We haven't seen the market move rapidly the way it has the last 2 times. There's never been a time in crypto where we haven't seen that happen. And so while people are already checked out, or people are already assuming that they're going to have to wait till 2029 or 2030, they're already shifting their perspective from now to the future. They've taken their eyes off the prize. Or there's even people now who are panic selling or trying to reap some sort of profits, or they're rolling it into other cryptos, whatever it may be. They're the ones who miss out when this bull run kicks in. And people are going to hate on XRP because XRP is going to go parabolic. People are going to have the same mentality they had in November, where they're going to be sitting on the sidelines going, well, I thought XRP was dead. I thought it wasn't going to rise anymore. Why is it going up? I missed out on making so much money. I heard that over and over again. And I was one of the few people going, hey, I've been making videos non-stop for years. I've been telling people for 3.5 years that XRP was going to start moving end of October heading into November. And you can go find my videos and hear me talking about October, November, December. I've been saying that for years. And now I'm saying that we still have an alt season. We still have the rest of March, April, and May. And so when we get these little bear market scenarios, these little days where the market dips and trades sideways, those are the days I use to accumulate. Because where I don't want to be is on the sidelines and at the height of an alt season going, if I just made some decisions differently a couple of weeks ago, I'd be in a much better position. And I've been there. I've made that mistake. I made that mistake in 2017 heading into 2018. I made that mistake in 2020 heading into 2021. And for me, it's one of the most frustrating feelings when you know that in just a short period of time, you could have made life-changing choices. And a lot of the time, it's just taking a calculated risk and going, okay, well, I'm seeing prices that I've wished I've had. Whether I've experienced those and I wanted to go back to them, or whether I've looked at charts and gone, it would be great if the prices had gone back to this, previous price point. And then we get those. And then the question becomes, well, do you take that calculated risk and do you accumulate? And not financial advice, ladies and gents, but for me, absolutely. I can buy into the number one crypto in finance below $3 a coin. That's amazing. And even though it's a newer crypto, I can buy Ondo for under $1. That is such a blessing. Because here's the thing, ladies and gents, finance-based cryptos have yet to see the rally that they deserve. And that's because the financial landscape and the financial system and the banks and the financial institutions, they haven't embraced blockchain technology yet. And that's why XRP is so exciting, because it has the biggest potential of an alt season and utility run. It'll experience both. Now, Ondo hasn't seen an alt season yet, so that's also very exciting because there's no ceiling yet on how high Ondo could rally. But when you look at XRP and you go, okay, XRP has seen bull runs, it's seen alt seasons, so it could go up to $5, $10, or $20. But when banks start announcing they're using blockchain and crypto and they're willing to use XRP, that's when we see XRP rally up to $100 or even $1,000, maybe even higher than that. And once XRP starts moving, it brings up all the other finance-based cryptos with it. So when XRP goes parabolic, that's when you'll see XLM, HBAR, Ondo. They'll all start going crazy. And that's why, ladies and gents, and not financial advice, I take advantage when the market dips and I continue to accumulate. So when things start going parabolic, I'm in the best position possible to take some profits. Now, as I said, ladies and gents, none of this is financial advice. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you're curious about the other cryptos I hold outside of XRP, consider becoming a Patreon. Click the link in the description below, head across to my Patreon page, and consider becoming a Barry C VIP. There you'll have access to all my cryptos, as well as my buy, sell, and take profit signals in real time.